total, and they're on cruise control right now here in the fourth. On his loop for the extra point.
Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
The score, Ravens 52, Bills 14.
Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away.
And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30.
At their own 31-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive.
And last time, went for it on fourth, didn't get it. We'll see if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game. And sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out. Under 4 to go now as they come up on second down. In motion goes the tight end. To throw, it's Allen. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him.
So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long.
And it's 3rd down.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Looking deep downfield. And it's caught inside the 30. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. A big play there. 79 yards.
And the Bills get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit.
The Bills are lining up.
Allen will try to throw for it. And no, it falls incomplete. So the two-point conversion no good.
Ravens 52. Bills.
So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. Fights through and now a crease. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. Jackson going to keep it.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36.
126 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. Now Jackson. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Ravens go for it, but come up empty. And that will force a turnover on downs. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down. This offense so far on third down, they've had a lot of chances but not much success, converting only 3 times. This is 3rd and 8. Oh, Allen cannot get away, and down he goes. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Now Allen, got to have this one. That's to his running back, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. They run the counter with Cook.
And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35.
And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
A man over the middle, and it's complete. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
Now the try here for the extra point. Uh-oh, flag comes out here. This is going to be roughing the kicker.
When you're going back there on the kick block, you've got to go to the right point. That didn't happen, ran into the kicker. The penalty flag had to come out.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield.
And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 30.
Their own 35-yard line.
Baltimore with good starting field position as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw.
Looking for the out route. He's got his man. It's Mitchell.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 23 yards on the play.
Baltimore, first down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Here's Jackson to throw. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work.
Terrell Bernard in there to get him once again. That's 2 sacks for him now here on opening day.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Hernandez. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game. Jackson and the rest of the offense staying put. They will go for it on 4th.
Report. Hey, middle.
Jackson.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Bills are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line.
Now they get a fourth quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is in the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward. Kyle Hamilton picks it. And the Ravens are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield.
Allen's pass intercepted. The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 48-yard line.
More.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here first and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And it's intercepted at the goal line.
And the Bills are going to take over at their own 2-yard line.
Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the fourth quarter, trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people who are really happy about those picks, any fantasy team that has this defense.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he's taken down, but able to get this up to the 20-yard line. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. Now Allen. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
To the air, Allen. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Well, these guys are not going to go out with their tails between their legs. They're going to keep taking their shots until the clock's at 000. But that one, like a lot of others, winds up incomplete.
Now Allen again. He's going to let it fly. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And now the football's going to go over, already being placed at the 15-yard line.
Hey, Ozzy, what? 180! 180! Yo.
Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over.
Well, CD, always a little extra excitement for Week 1, and one of our early window games here in Week 1 on a Sunday comes to a close. Good to be back in the booth with you, my friend.
And it's good to be back in the booth with you as well. And we know that not everyone's going to start the season 1-0, right? Half the league is going to have a loss on their record.
but everyone's going to have to build off of that opener. And how many coaches tell us every single year, you make your most progress between week 1 and week 2. We'll see how both of these teams progress the rest of this season.
So for Baltimore, that'll be a happy locker room as they start this season 1-0. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Buffalo, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at MetLife Stadium with the New York Jets. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.